It is the largest wine selection in Kota Territory. The food is great. The wine is tremendous. We're going on the road to the Prime Rib Restaurant and Wine Cellar in Gillette. It is almost like going to a wine museum. The booths and ledges are lined with bottles patrons purchased at the Prime Rib Restaurant and Wine Cellar in Gillette, signing them and leaving them as mementos of their dining experiences there. But it's the wine cellar that is truly an experience to behold.
Certainly for a wine geek like myself, I feel like I'm in heaven in this tremendous wine cellar. Now the bottles in here, in perusing, this is something that you really don't see very often. We're talking about by far the largest wine selection of any place within 1,000 miles, certainly of Gillette, Wyoming. Some of the bottles in here have so much history. 1959 Chateau Haut-Brion, Lafite Rothschild, also a 90 Domaine Romanée Conti, famous Burgundy. Just some extraordinary wines in here. It's just really almost should be a museum.
Of course, we started off small, but it's just kind of a hobby more than anything. You start collecting it, and as any wine collector would tell you, as you always build a bigger cellar than you need, and always it's more than probably twice as much as you need, probably more like 4 times what you think you're going to need, because you always wind up putting more in there than you thought you were going to have, and then eventually we got enough wines in here that we thought maybe we should, try to really up the ante and see if we can get listed in one of the national magazines like the Wine Spectator, which we are. We've been listed for about 20 years running, and about the last 4 or 5 we've had the Best of Award of Excellence, which is their middle tier award. They actually give 700 of those out internationally. So yeah, we're one of 700 that has the Best of Award of Excellence, and there's 2 of them in Wyoming. One is in Jackson.
Ken Barkey has owned the Prime Rib Restaurant since 1983. He has always had a passion for fine wine and has brought that to his restaurant and to his patrons.
We do some wine dinners also. We're talking about that, where we, pair wines with food and have like a 5-course menu and, feed like about 50 people. That's about it. We kind of limit the number on it. We have some separate banquet rooms to do that in. The wine dinners are very well received. People like those.
Now, if you're not ready to splurge on a $25,000 bottle of Romanée Conti, don't worry. Ken offers many great value wines and also offers wine tastings each week to tempt your palate.
Every Tuesday and Wednesday, they're half price, and that has really taken off. People love to come in on those nights because they know they can get a nice mid-range or even some more expensive wines at a real decent price to try. And then on Thursday nights, instead of having a full wine tasting, we have a mini wine tasting. It's called our Thursday Fleet Wine. And we'll pick different wines each Thursday night, and we serve those during the entire dinner hour. Like, for example, this week we have Australian Reds. Some weeks we might have 2 reds, 2 whites. It just gives us another way for people to experience different wines and become wine lovers like we are.
Of course, the selection of wine is so incredible in this particular place. Love this 2004 Cask Hacienda. But Ken recommended this Mica. This is a 2008, so it's a Cabernet. 08 is really a tremendous vintage. And I think it's better than the 07, as a matter of fact, because the fruit and the concentration of flavors I think is better. This is the second label of the very famous Bucella wine, which is very high end and has a long history. So I'm going to try this particular wine here. It's a Cabernet, has a wonderful nose, smells like an 08. It's that really rich and luscious aroma on the nose. And on the palate, it is absolutely, it's velvety, smooth, beautiful fruit, elegance, seamless, really fantastic, as we are going to come to expect with some of these higher end 2008 Cabernets from California. Napa Valley Cab 2008. If you find a 2008 vintage, certainly check it out. It's going to be a great one, that's for sure.
Hands down, Ken's wine selection at the Prime Rib Restaurant and Wine Cellar in Gillette is the largest, not only in Kota Territory, but within a 1,000-mile radius at least. It is truly something to see. On the road, I'm Eric Gardner. The Prime Rib Restaurant and Wine Cellar is open daily. Great food and obviously fantastic wine. You've got to check it out. We'll be right back.